What do my you boys coming through once again? And on today's video, I'm gonna share a story with you guys. Usually, I try not to put myself in the story. I try to tell you stories from a third person, but on this occasion, I'm gonna put myself in the story. Right? This is the time that the homie got jumped in the county. They 2-on-1 him, which is a big no-no. It's a big no-no, man. And I expressed what had happened, and nothing happened about it. Right? But in order to you to understand this story, man, you have to understand why did I went to jail and what happened, right? So before we continue with this video, do not forget to like, a comment, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, hit the subscribe button. It does not cost you nothing, and at the end of the day, it's helping the channel. Notification bell so you'll be notified every time I drop a content. Now, when I got locked up, right? I got locked up for an attempted 187. It was multiple ones, and it was just me. They just went for me. It was me. I'm right there in the county jail by myself. Eventually, the detectives caught wind of something going on. They picked up a lot of people. They did a sweep, right? They did a sweep. Everybody got bogus charges. Everybody got like 187s, and I think there was like a gang affiliation or something like that, right? So I came across 3 homeboys from the neighborhood that were in the county. Other people were on different pots. Other people were on the whole. Other people were in different counties. So I came out across 3 individuals that were in the on the big county, right? And every time I came across them, man, they were tripping. Why? Because they have 187 charges, right? So I knew who had done those crimes, right? And I used to tell them, like, what are you tripping on? I mean, you didn't do none of that stuff, right? So those charges are basically made up so you can testify on me. So you can be a witness on me, right? Those things are fake. You didn't do nothing. So why are you tripping? And I don't know if some people get it or not, but there was only 2 homeboys in my pot. Other individuals were on the whole, and I used to talk to them too. When we were going to court, I used to talk to them. I was like, "Look, you're just tripping." Eventually, most of those guys, I think every single one of them, was let free, as long as they plead guilty of being a gang member, right? Just so they can put them on file. That's all they wanted, right? And I was right about this. Now, when one of the homeboys went to court, who had a private attorney, I told him, man, you kick it. You don't need to have that because it's bogus ass charges. So when he went to court, they were like, you know what? You're going to be able to go home, sign your papers, whatever. You're going to plead guilty to this. Came back, he was happy and stuff like that. And he was getting ready because he was going to be released. So I was like, all right, that's cool, man. That's what's up, homie. This individual decided to shoot his paperwork to the neighboring tank, right? Where we had one enemy. On our tank, we had 2 enemies, right? But this individual, supposedly, according to him, he was the one who had the county. Nobody was backing him up. The reason it was because he had gone to prison, and now he claimed that he had the status, which he didn't. He didn't. There's more stories with this individual. He even put a green light on the neighborhood, according to him, right? 6 months. And it was because of me. But when the homie gave his paperwork, this individual started reading on it. And then he started talking to the enemies, getting on their head. So I'm over here minding my own business. The homie's about to get released. They opened the door. So as soon as they opened the door, this individual on the next door starts screaming like, "Oh, hell no." Start talking shit. And it seems like that pumped up my 2 enemies that were in the county. They decided to jump my homeboy. Hey, we all Southsiders. That's a no-no. You're not supposed to do that. So they decided to do that. So they got them 2-on-1. Boom, 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 boom. So how my county used to be, at least where I was right there, it was the old county. So there's a section where you call the day room, and there's a section that you call where you got the bunks, right? So I was over there with the bunks, talking with some homeboy, and then all of a sudden I heard chaos on the day room, right? I know my homeboy's going home, so I get up. I'm like, what the fuck? I get up, I rush towards the day room, and I see those two guys on my homeboy. Two guys. So I had to jump in. I went in, and I start getting in with these two individuals, right? Like, get at one, and then put my attention to the other one. This individual, the homie, he was trying to go home, right? So in a way, he was not trying to fight like that, right? Because he was like, fuck, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. And I remember the CEO started to close the door, man. And at that time, I told the homie, fool, get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know? And as he was leaving, I kept it with these two individuals, right? Eventually, he left. Those guys chill and shit. And I made a big deal about it. I was like, hey, man, like, what the fuck with these fools? You know? They jump on the homie. They jump on the homie. It shouldn't be like that. That's a no-no. I expressed this to the individuals right there. They were trying to say it was a 2-on-2, which it was not. And from that point, those individuals never separated. From that point, it was always together. If I was in the day room with other homies in the day room, they'll stay by the bunks by themselves over there, you know. And the thing is that nobody was backing me up. They knew that they had fucked up, but nobody was backing me up, right? I'm young. The individual who supposedly has a tank is an enemy. He didn't like what the paperwork said, and it's basically said that whoever said this, it was telling the truth. It was saying that these two neighborhoods ranked out because they didn't want to meet up. And because they didn't want to meet up, we got bored. We went to a kickback. And then my crime happened, right? Everybody decided to go somewhere. I went the other way. I did what I did. Eventually went and showed up to those guys' kickback. And that was it, right? That was it. So they didn't like that. And it was the truth, you know, it was the truth. From that point on, since this individual read that statement, he had it for me. You know, I got checked a couple times in the county. Supposedly, I put a green light on that neighborhood for 6 months, even though this individual didn't have no say so, at least from the top, right? At that point, man, first time going to prison, don't know that much. So I did what I have to do, right? I did what I have to do. And I stay right there. As soon as those two individuals had a chance of moving out of that pot, they did. I remember one time, like, it only had been like 3 days. Now, it was not even that long, right? It's not even that long. It had been 3 days. And as soon as they went in there, the cops were asking for volunteers. Hey, we need volunteers because we're going to send them to a different jail. Those two guys, boom, raised their hands. We out. They took off to a different jail. And right there, it showed me, man, that I didn't see that those individuals backed me up because of sometimes the truth hurts, you know, and that's what it was. We were doing things. We were doing things that we shouldn't be doing, you know. But I'm glad that that meeting, that gathering, never At least never happened, because a lot of people would have been hurt. That was the plan. A lot of people would have been hurt, and I'm pretty sure those guys knew it. Uh, I used to talk to those guys trying to set up this meeting, and they kept prolonging it. You know what I mean? All making excuses. Oh, just meet us over here. Do this, do this. And all it was just they were trying to get numbers. That's all it was, you know? But we didn't need the numbers. We knew what we were going to do. And I'm glad it didn't happen. I'm glad it didn't happen, man, because it would have been no bad. It would have been a bad. But that's the story for today, man. It just showed me right there that not because somebody said that's your homeboy, not because you are part of something, it means that they got your back all the way. I got a lot of stories, man, that has to do with betrayal. That has to do when they supposedly put a green light on me, how they fucking did me and shit like that. And I stayed right there. I faced my consequences. If they were gonna stab me or not, I still stayed right there and find out my fate. You know what I mean? Which it wasn't that bad. You know, it's just a quick chequeada. That's about it. But that's possibly going to be a different story for you guys. But as for today, that's going to be it. To next video. Muchas gracias. Mal ratos.